Global Info Analytics nkrofo a wonom na wonom ehwehwe se abatoɔ mu ensensem ebekɔsɛn enipa dodo sɛn na wɔn ayɛ wɔn adwene se wɔbɛto de ama osimesi wei wonim sɛ NPP amayoko no abatoɔ nom ɛkɔ akɔto kendini no aka enefua kakra bi anase abosome kakra bi nanso no saa nkrofo wɔnom anim a enye ye na wɔn de ensem bi betu dwam ehunu sɛ enipa kuo wei ayɛ wɔn adwene se wɔbɛto abai de ama wei ɔha no mu nkyɛmu sei wɔnom nso ayɛ wɔn adwene se wɔbɛto aba de ama enipa sei na ɛno na wɔn mpani ada no ɛyɛ owura Musa Danquah ya ɔno na wɔda Global Info Analytics ano wɔde nsɛm bi aba betu dwa new post wɔde aba betu dwa ɛkyerɛ sɛ Dr. Alhad Muhammad Bawumia ɛda so edi nkunim ɛwɔ NPP abato ɔmo kwakoto no afimpinu ɛne aduonu nsia ɛyi frankatuni no Dr. Muhammad Bawumia ɛda so ehuri edi nkan na Kennedy Akompreko Japan ɛtɔ so mienu saa ɛnso na Brian Champon ɛtɔ so miensa saa ɛde ɛkro na de ɛma ne yɛ wɔn kakra ɛne sɛ wɔkyerɛ sɛ Kennedy Akompreko Japan ne vote anasa ne supporters ya wɔn yɛ wɔn adwene so wɔn bɛto de ama no no ɛso ate paa nya asam ketewa saa ɛnso na Dr. Muhammad Bawumia ɛnso ɛde so ate na mom sɛ wode mienu yi egu nsenie ni ade na de so ate paa ɛyɛ Kennedy Akompreko Japan abusua jebre na yɛntie yɛwura Musa Danquah aha ɛyɛ My TV Africa
period. You realize that overall about 4% numbers dropped. 1% from Bawumia, 1% from Kennedy, 1% from Kobnadia Japan, another percent from Dr. Edichu. That number went to undecided. So people have moved from committing their vote to candidates to being undecided. That's what we've seen in the poll.
Will this make any difference for the two going into the primaries?
We still have about 2 months ahead, but it gives you a very good view of what the race look like at the moment. And indeed, if you look at certain data from the report that we submitted, if you look at the current race vis-a-vis 2020 elections that was held by the NPP, there's a lot more happening there than we can see. Among those who in 2023 went for Ken, 5% of them have their vote to Brian. So Ken has lost 5% to Brian. Bawumia, on the other hand, has lost 4% to Brian. Now, when you come to Kennedy, Kennedy has lost 11% of his vote to Bawumia. But Bawumia has lost 6% of his vote to Kennedy. Net effect of plus, I think, 5 for Bawumia. So you could see that even though Ken was supposed to be performing well, it appears he has lost more to Bawumia than Bawumia has lost to him. And this can be understood from this data that we asked them earlier on, whether they share the belief that bringing the candidate again for the second time would enhance the party's chances. Overall, about 59% of delegates believe that if you bring a candidate again for the second time, the party's chances are enhanced, compared to only 14% who disagree. So this is the data that is telling us that the delegates are more amiable to second chance for Bawumia than opposing it.
What really, I mean, apart from the reason you've given, what really is Kennedy not doing right? He seemed to have earlier on amassed the likeness of the grassroots. Is he doing something wrong?
Look, let's go back to last week. I think when you are on the campaign trail and your campaign is kind of going down well, you will see that reflected in the favorability rating of you by the candidates, by the delegate. If you look at the question we asked them in terms of favorability, Bawumia overall had a net increase of 1% among those who say they see him favorably. Kennedy, on the other hand, had gone down 5% in that period. This is linked to campaign messages. Something is being said on the messages, on the platforms, on the campaign trail that may not going down well with people, and they are responding to it. As to what it is, I can't tell what it is.
All right, and this poll is limited to, affiliates of the party, right, and party members.
But this is MPP delegates.
Right. Thank you. Let me go now to Professor Ezekiel Norte. What really do you make of this latest poll? And if you have any question to pose to Musa Danquah, you can do so.
Yeah, okay. I need to understand a bit more of the methodology he used. I think he did say that they used the likely something model. Can you throw more light on that likelihood model? What is it?
Let me first start with the methodology. Methodology in the document is clearly spelled out. We sampled 3,500 delegates across 16 regions randomly using probability random sampling. And we interviewed them using computer-assisted telephone interviews. The sample was allocated to every region based on the size of the region. And then each region was kind of polled randomly. So you have all the constituencies having a good chance of being selected. That's how we did it. In terms of the reporting on polling data, when we say likely voters model, it means that people who are likely going to vote, their views are accounted for. Those who say they will not vote, their views have been removed from the analysis. And what you are seeing is the results of those who said they will vote for Bawumia, Kennedy, Brian, Editum, Kopnade Depon, and those who know who they would vote for but have refused to disclose it to us. And then those who said they are honestly undecided. So this is what we call the likely voters. They are likely to show up on election day and vote.
Oh, okay. But it's not as if you used a particular model and then you feed in the data to generate.
No.
Right. So these are polls data. Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's fine. One thing I also need clarity on. There was a question you posed. That seems to suggest that people who in 2023 voted for either Kennedy or Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, having switched, you didn't use that data in projecting the likelihood of something happening the next time. I thought you could have used that information, but you just presented that.
Yes, I mean, we're not there where we're going to project the winner yet. When we get to that point, we'll use our modeling to determine the kind of
is that at least the two leading contestants, which is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Kennedy Ajipon, I thought that if one is losing, the other should gain.
Yeah.
But they are both losing. It means that the other contestants, which he mentioned is Brian Achambo, is doing something great that the two are not watching. And so if there is a little bit more of time, he could actually pull a surprise. But I don't see the others apart from him, Brian, and the two leading. I don't see any of them pulling.
Asante Abudi Crown.
apart from that, from the details of the data. I'm a little bit surprised with Kennedy Agyapong's dwindling data, because it seems to suggest that he is also on the ground, just as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So I don't know what he is not doing right that is accounting for this.
Right. Could it be that recent cracks in the party could also be blamed for what's happening?
Oh, as for the cracks, it will not go anytime soon. That's how I see it.
Global Info Analytics for NI Ekokuti one in the one penia. Didi the Musa Danquah wodin semiaba betudwa na mamentre wade kakra ma anayensu ade kakra. Musa Danquah will be ono na fimpinu eni edunu na abato ebetu ye wade ensemi betudwa na wotre se NPP for entumu enda esanse wana munhwehwe mu a womo aye womo nam ase ho busa wo manfo se enoma ban na mu hia monsa anka ne mfie wotwe ni ade a wonom etro madwene nti sade wo kan no sa enso na abato no esi ekoye na wey so ode aba no ebusua sempanifo me nua na se enipa numi wonom ankeka mo a ese ya na ebetimi akọ esanse womo reliable source ya wonom na womo de information de eba nanso na ha my TV Africa wada uruma ye de ahya obo se de beto fom ya de yemfa enkame ya sra so oba so a subscribe to YouTube channel like na fe san share ma for wonom ewe titi ene bentie makro